Inestimable artifact found after centuries just out of reach. Archaeology is the study of human activity through history and prehistory through the recovery and study of material culture, meaning objects that have been left behind. It's how we've come to know nearly everything that we do about our past, considering 99% of human history occurred before the advent of written language. But even in the time since we've been able to write things down, there are so many things about the people and cultures of the past that have been lost or were never written down in the first place. To learn more about these people and times, archaeologists rely on finding clues that are often buried beneath our feet. In the history of mankind, there have been many civilizations that have taken control of some corner of Earth. They inevitably grow in power and size until some combination of factors causes them to shrink and die out. For those few civilizations that grow large and powerful enough, they leave behind a legacy that still influences the world long after the civilization falls. There are very few civilizations that even begin to approach ancient Rome in terms of its legacy. Latin, the language of the Romans, is the foundation of all the Romance languages: French, Spanish, Italian, etc. Christianity spread to the world largely after the Christian conversion of Emperor Constantine I, and modern democratic republics like the United States are heavily influenced by Roman law and republican politics. Needless to say, artifacts from ancient Rome are highly valued by archaeologists. Every now and then, such artifacts will pop up in the most unlikely of places. One such place was the basement of the historic Cresoni Theater. The Cresoni Theater was opened in 1807, long after the fall of the Roman Empire. It was built in Como, Italy, in an area that once was the Roman era town Novum Comum, established there around the 1st century BC. For nearly 2 centuries, the theater was part of Italy's rich theatrical history before becoming a cinema, then closing in 1997. During the time that the theater was in operation, many other Roman artifacts were found in the nearby area. So when the Cresoni Theater was to be turned into luxury housing in September of 2018, archaeologists began digging through its basement to make sure there were no artifacts beneath the old theater that might be damaged. During that digging, they made a remarkable discovery. Buried in the dirt beneath the theater, archaeologists found an amphora, which is a 2-handled soapstone jar usually used to carry liquids that have been used in Greece and Rome since the Bronze Age. While that was a fine discovery, it was what was inside the amphora that blew the archaeologists away. The amphora contained hundreds of gold coins that must have been ancient in origin, considering the container they were found in. What's more, it seemed like the buried coins had been stashed away there on purpose. According to Maria Grazia Fascinetti, an expert on rare coins, the amphora was buried in such a way that in case of danger they could go and retrieve it. They were stacked in rolls similar to those seen in the bank today. Speaking at a press conference about the find, Fascinetti said the coins had engravings of the Emperor Heronius, Valentinian III, Leon I, Antonio, and Livio Severo. The minting of the coins, she said, did not go beyond 474 AD. That means that the coins were minted during the long decline of the Roman Empire. After the Republic was founded in the 6th century BC, it didn't expand beyond the Italian peninsula until around the 3rd century BC. It reached its height in 117 AD when it covered essentially all the lands around the Mediterranean and a significant amount of other lands beyond, covering about 2 million square miles and ruling over an estimated 70 million people, which was about 21% of the world's population at the time. Over the next few hundred years, the territory and might of the Roman Empire gradually declined, as it was plagued by internal religious strife, power struggles, and external threats from barbarians, such as the Visigoths, Vandals, and Huns. The empire eventually split into the Western and Eastern Roman empires, with the last Roman emperor in the West being deposed in 476 AD, while the Eastern Empire became the Byzantine Empire, with its capital at modern-day Istanbul. All of this makes us think that the owner is not a private subject, rather it could be a public bank or deposit, Fascinetti said. Luca Rinaldi, the local archaeology superintendent, said that the coins had an inestimable value, adding, "We're talking about an exceptional discovery." I don't yet know in detail the historical and cultural significance of the find, but that area is proving to be a real treasure for our archaeology. said Culture Minister Alberto Bonisoli in a statement. He described the find as a discovery that fills me with pride. In addition to being an unusual find due to the exceptionally large number of coins found, it was also unusual because the coins have been remarkably well preserved. It's practically an entire collection, unlike anything else found in northern Italy, said Bonisoli. Sometimes coins that are found are stuck together, but these were all separate, he continued. It was like opening a wallet. And it was a valuable wallet to open at that. Some local media sources suggested that the roughly 300 gold coins could be worth millions. No one will be bringing the coins to a bank for a deposit anytime soon. Instead, the coins were transferred to Milan's Mibach Restoration Laboratory. There, archaeologists and restorers will examine them further. No study of these coins can give us a more detailed understanding of what life was like in the Roman Empire during the time of their minting and use. And the more we know about one of the most influential civilizations in history, the more we know about ourselves.